What is cooking today in the Wide-Eyed Way? I am cooking marinated halloumi in harissa. My name is Natasha Hodge. I'm here to help you get the best from every single day to make sure your body is getting the food it requires. And if you're getting the right food, you are creating, rebuilding, repairing your miracle body for everything you want in life. But if you're eating things that aren't doing you any good, you're building up trouble for the future. So it's all about enjoying every mouthful, but making sure that the ingredients that you're using aren't going to do you harm. So I've had recently a load of barbecues, and we found a really nice, well, in Waitrose and in Marks and Spencer's, a barbecue food that ticks all the boxes on the taste front, and also the ingredients are pretty good as well. So you're thinking, well, why do you need to make it yourself? Because it's off the chart expensive. So what it is it's harissa or chili. The Marks and Spencer's version is the chili marinated halloumi, and the Waitrose one is harissa. And they're on skewers, but they're like a £5 for 4 pieces of halloumi. And for us, that just isn't enough. And so I thought, well, surely I must be able to make this in a cheaper way, and so that we can have more all in one go. I mean, that's always my aim. So there's no portion control if you're eating great food, because your body will naturally stop eating when it's got enough protein and enough fat on board. But everything's got to taste good, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got to taste good. So I basically just looked at the ingredients list and thought, hey, I can do that at home, how easy. And so these are the ingredients. Obviously I've got a nice block of halloumi here. If you are dairy intolerant, it is probably more than likely going to be that you're actually intolerant of cow's milk. And the brilliant thing about halloumi, of course, is it is sheep and goats. Now, if you buy the cheap version and not the Cypriot traditional halloumi, it may well contain cow's milk. So please be careful, always read the ingredients. But a lot of my clients over the years have been dairy intolerant, but they can eat sheep's dairy and goat's dairy. And so there's so many different types of cheese. Obviously feta, you've got good feta is sheep's, then you've got goat's cheeses, and halloumi is a mixture of the two. You can get completely sheep's halloumi, but generally they are a mixture of the two. Obviously, if you have no problem with cow's milk and dairy, then you can go for any of the different types of halloumi out there. We digest Jersey and raw milk better than we do if we're going for the normal milk that's in the supermarkets. There's differences between A1 and A2 kind of dairy cows, and we digest A2 better. So if you're going to drink milk or use it in your cooking, then Jersey milk is a better bet. You can also get sheep's milk and goat's milk, of course, in the shops. Not quite as readily available. Waitrose is always going to be your one-stop shop for specialty ingredients. Alright, anyway, so before I do the mixture, I'm going to just cut the halloumi up. And halloumi, the way it's made, it's folded. So you get that kind of, it falls apart in the pan a lot of the time. So I'm just going to open it up on the fold, and I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm actually going to cut it in half again. hopefully not slice my fingers. And cut it across. Because what I want is, I want quite a big surface area so that I can marinate it and it's going to get plenty of flavour in there. Look, that one's broken up a bit. I'm not going to put this on the barbecue today. I'm actually going to fry it in some olive oil because my son and I are going to have tacos. You know, I did the flour tortillas last week. We're actually going to have them loaded up with the Mexican meat recipe that I do, and guacamole and tomato salsa. But we're also going to have some marinated halloumi as well. I'm just going to fry that in some olive oil in a pan. So this is obviously going to be marinating all day. So I've got nice 8 pieces, decent looking pieces, which won't take very long to cook either. So that's my halloumi. I'm just going to wipe my fingers. I've already put a tablespoon of tomato puree and a tablespoon of harissa paste in my bowl. Please be careful with harissa paste. A lot of the shop bought ones have got sugar in, and you know me, I don't like sugar. I don't want ingredients in there that aren't the things that I'm looking for flavour wise, and I certainly don't want excess sugar in there. The best one is you go on Amazon, you type in harissa paste, and there's a tube, and it's Tunisian harissa, and it's like unadulterated. It is the best one out there. Unfortunately, I haven't got a tube. I've literally used the last bit and then chucked it stupidly. But that's what you do. 3 tubes of that, I think, is about $3.95, and it will last you ages. And the tubes last for a long time. Anyway, so I've got a tablespoon of tomato puree and a tablespoon of harissa paste. I'm then going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in. 1, 2. And some balsamic vinegar. Actually, I'm going to do the paprika first because I need to use the same teaspoon. I don't want it wet. Oh God, gone mad with the. I do. Right, so some paprika, teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. Again, I have obviously had to guess the amounts of the ingredients because they don't give you the exact amounts obviously on the packet. Half a teaspoon of cumin. Then I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Although it sounds like it's going to be super spicy, it kind of stops being that spicy. My mum hates spice and she really likes this this mix of flavours. So give it a go, see what you think. Hopefully you won't think it's too spicy. And then about a 1/4 squeeze of lemon juice. That's it. That's all I need to do in there. And then I'm just going to give it a good old stir. The point is, you can be kind of, it doesn't have to be exact. Any of this sort of cooking, it doesn't have to be an exact science. It's just going to be in there. It's just there to add a different flavour dynamic to something you might have, you know. You eat a lot of halloumi, but it's boring. It's just the same old stuff. Well, let's give it a bit of change the flavour profile. You know what? Totally forgot to put the garlic in. get the garlic. Crumbs, that was close. Again, if you're not into garlic, don't put it in. It's up to you what you put in there. But, you know, this is just... Oh man, that smells so good, and it's got such a good texture to it. It's nice and paste-like. Right, so now I'm going to coat each one. Oh, that looks so good. I'm not going to put it in the fridge either. It's going to get cooked later, so if it doesn't go in the fridge, it will kind of take on the flavours much more. It's going to go falling apart. I don't know whether you can hear that. My stomach is really growling. Oh dear, it's because I'm thinking about food. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to get a nice hot pan and fry this later. Oi, this looks so good. Right, so I reckon this works out about, I think this works out about 320. So, as I said, the four kebabs from Marks and Spencer's is $5.25. It's off the chart expensive, isn't it? Oh, it just smells so good. It's just something nice, you know, just something different. Obviously, if you're going to have a barbecue, if you've got vegetarian coming to your barbecue, this is a perfect recipe. I might even scrape the rest of that on top so that I get every last drop of that lovely paste on there. And that's it. When it's cooked, I'll take a picture and post it at the bottom of in the comments so that you get to see what it looks like cooked. And obviously, if you put it on the barbecue, you'd get nice char grilled lines on it. Change up all your recipes to keep everything new and exciting, but know that everything you eat is doing you good. So you've got the fantastic protein. Notice I didn't put any salt in there because halloumi is a pretty salty cheese anyway. You could use paneer. Those two are probably the best ones to use because they're nice and solid and they will cook really well. And as I say, later on it'll be a little bit of olive oil in a nice hot pan, and that will crisp up nicely with all that delicious flavour. Any comments at all, or questions or suggestions? I am totally up for that. I hope that's been helpful. My name's Natasha Hodge. I want you to get everything you want from life, but you can only do that if your health is tip-top. And the way you do that is by feeding it properly and allowing time to digest food so that you include fasting on a daily basis. And if you want more info, or even if you want to just start it on your own, you don't have to use my help. You might just want the information for free, and that's, you know, I give that away for free in my 3-part video course. So if you want that, DM me and I will send you the link, and you can start today getting the best from your body always. Start today, because everything rests on whether your body is working correctly. Take care of yourselves, and of course I will see you next time. Bye for now.